Hello, I'm recording this in a garden in the village of Enniskerry, County Wicklow, Ireland, where I'm having a bit of a break. This afternoon I drove up to Dublin to see Christopher Nolan's eagerly awaited Dunkirk, which really has turned out remarkably well. There's little historical context, just some brief opening titles, and there's little in the way of introduction to the film's major characters. In a normal film, this might be a glaring omission, but so brilliant is Nolan's technique, it seems not to matter here. The film opens with an extraordinary scene in which Tommy, Fionn Whitehead, and the survivors of his unit are heading towards the beach at Dunkirk when all but he are shot by advancing Germans. The rest of the film unfolds in three sections. The Mole, the name of the pier on the beach where the 400,000 Brits and men of other Allied forces were waiting to be rescued. The Air, where Tom Hardy and Jack Lowden are Spitfire pilots, some of the few assigned to try to keep the Luftwaffe away from the men on the beach and the rescuing ships. And the Sea, the third section, where civilian Mr. Dawson, Mark Rylance, his son Peter, Tom Glyn Carney, and neighbour George, Barry Coogan, are among the many who sail little boats to the rescue at great personal risk. Though in reality the evacuation took several days and the voyage from Dorset to Dunkirk wouldn't have surely taken very long, maybe not more than a day I wouldn't think, and the Spitfire battles just a couple of hours, all are given equal weight and intensity here. The result is some nail-biting suspense. Men below decks in a ship find themselves under lethal fire. A shell-shocked survivor picked up from the sea, played by Cillian Murphy, becomes violent when he realises that Dawson, who rescued him, is heading back into danger, not away from it. The stoic behaviour under fire of the British officers, Kenneth Branagh and James Darcy, on the Mole. No Germans are seen at all. There are no women characters either, and no cheap sentimentality. Yet the film is extremely moving as it depicts acts of great heroism at one of the darkest moments of the 20th century. The film is magnificently made with a great soundtrack of music and effects by Hans Zimmer, one of the best scores heard on the screen in quite a while. Of the actors, I'd single out Mark Rylance, whose face expresses volumes left unsaid. But this is Christopher Nolan's achievement, and a very fine film indeed. I'm giving Dunkirk 4.5 stars.